You are about to practice 20-minute beginner's yoga flow for energy. Welcome to the Fightmaster Yoga channel. I'm Lesley Fightmaster. This is day 16 of our Yoga for Beginners 30-day challenge. Today's class focuses a lot on backbends, and backbends are really great for increasing energy in your body as well as in your mind. Be careful of your lower back. So continue as anytime you're doing a back bend to lengthen your sitting bones toward the backs of your knees and keep your belly pulling in and up. As always, if you need a rest, take a rest.
Today's winner of a free Jade Yoga mat is Sherry Fabiani from Berwick, Pennsylvania. Congratulations, Sherry. If you would like to win a free mat from Jade Yoga, all you have to do is go to fightmasteryoga.com/free mat and enter there. But remember, you must subscribe to Fightmaster Yoga and push the like button. Because you know, when you practice yoga, you feel better.
Let's begin sitting nice and tall, just for a breath. And then take your hands behind you and switch the cross of your shins so the funny shin is in front. And then begin to ground down through your sitting bones here and start to lengthen up through your spine, lifting your chest and coming into your Ujjayi breathing. Bring your hands together. May your practice connect you to your internal self, your divine self, where you have everything you need for this practice, for this day, and for this life. And then releasing the hands. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Keep your ribs and belly drawing in. As you exhale, take your right hand to left knee and then left hand behind the back. Inhale again. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale and roll your left shoulder back and twist. Take a couple long breaths here. Remember, when you twist, every inhale create length. On the exhales, maybe twisting a little deeper if that's possible. Bring your head to center, unwind. Inhale again, sweep the arms out, around, and up, keeping the front ribs and belly pulled in. And then exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand behind your back. Sit tall on your inhale. As you exhale, begin to twist. So moving gently and mindfully in your twists. Remember, the inhale, create more length. The exhale, maybe go in deeper if that's possible. Never forcing, always moving with your breath. Bring head to center, unwind. Bring your fingertips in front. Inhale, just lengthen your spine. You might stay right there, or you might choose to exhale and walk forward. But think of leading with your belly and your chest so that your spine stays long. Another option is to sit up with your hands behind you or just resting on the legs. Inhale to come up. And then we'll switch the cross so now the regular shin is in front. Again, finding those sitting bones, lengthening tall. Inhale, circle the arms up. And then as you exhale, begin to relax your shoulders away from your ears as you take your left hand down to the floor and lean over to the left. So you'll stretch the right side of your body. Continuing to ground down through both sitting bones. Inhale, come on up. And then as you exhale, the right hand comes down. Your right elbow can bend if you like. Leaning your torso to the right, stretching the left side. Relax, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, both arms reach, shoulder blades still relaxing. Exhale, fingertips in front, or you can put them behind your hips or rest on your legs, but make a nice long spine. And perhaps begin to walk forward. So if you do walk forward, you'll hinge from your hips as opposed to bending from your waist, keeping your spine nice and long. And if you are moving forward, you might feel some stretch in your hips. Inhale, come on up. And then rolling forward, we'll make our way onto hands and knees with wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Inhale, bring your chest forward, shoulder blades toward waist, lift your chin and tailbone. Exhale, bring your chin in, tuck your tailbone, rounding the back belly in and up. And again, inhale, widen across the collarbones, gently looking up. And exhale, press away from the mat and pull your ribs and belly in strongly. Inhale, stretch out the front of the body, let your belly drop a bit as your tailbone lifts and chin lifts. And then exhale, rounding the back like a Halloween cat. Come to a neutral spine now and walk your hands about a handprint forward. Step your right foot up by your right hand. If it doesn't make it there, just pick it up and put it. Pull your right hip back so your hips are nice and level. Hands resting on the leg, perhaps sinking hips forward a little. And then inhale, take the arms up. Keep your ribs drawing in. Now face your palms to the front of the mat. As you exhale, bend your elbows as you stretch them back to open up and widen the chest. Sweep the arms round, inhale up. Exhale, face the palms forward. Bend the elbows like you're scraping them on a wall behind you. Inhale, circle them around, lift up. Palms facing front. Exhale, bend and open. Use your own resistance. And then take your hands back down on either side of your right foot and come back into table. Wrists are still a little in front of the shoulders. And now we'll pull the belly in to step the left foot forward. Tuck the back toes under, rest your hands on your left leg, but then pull your left hip back so your hips are square to the front of the mat as best you can. Keep your belly pulled in as you reach your arms up. Draw those front ribs down. Sinking forward any amount in your lunge. Face your palms forward and then again exhale. Bend the elbows, opening up through the chest. Sweep the arms around. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend and open. Using your own resistance like you're moving through water. Sweep the arms around, reach up, inhale. And one more, exhale, bend and open, stretching through the chest. Bring the hands down on either side of the left foot and then make your way again to table. Hands are still in front of the shoulders. Turn your inner elbows forward and now tuck your toes. With bent knees, stretch your spine back. Down dog with bent knees and then just straighten the right leg, keeping the left knee bent and switch them. Right knee bent, left leg straight, and just bicycle back and forth a couple of times. I don't know why that noise is happening in the background. Sorry about that. Once again, bend both knees and then start to stretch back in your down dog. Arms are shoulders distance and feet hips width apart. Looking forward. Walk your feet to your hands, Inhale, come halfway up and lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold forward, bending your knees as needed. Press through the feet and rise up as you inhale, palms facing in, ribs and belly in. And exhale, hands to heart. Start with your feet together or hip socket distance apart, outer edges of feet parallel. Inhale, circle the arms up, keep the legs engaged. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Keep your belly lifted as you fold with a long spine, bending the knees as needed. Inhale, hands to shins or above knees to lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, step the left foot way back and then the right foot to plank pose. Pausing here in plank and take your knees down at any time. Shift forward, hug the elbows in as you slowly lower down to your belly. Untuck the toes, hands by low ribs. Inhale for cobra pose, just a little cobra. And then tucking the toes, press yourself up to the knees and lift the knees and hips to downward facing dog. Make sure the arms are shoulders distance apart and your feet are hips width apart. And then inhale to float your right leg back and up. Look forward between the hands, and as you exhale, step it up right in between the hands. If it doesn't make it, you put it there. Inhale, come up to a high lunge. Bend your back knee, tilt your pelvis forward a bit, pull the right hip back, straighten the back leg. If you're wobbly here, walk your right foot more over to the right side of your mat. Stretching up through arrow straight arms, make sure your front ribs are down. Release, bring your hands to the mat. You can go right to down dog or return to plank pose. Knees up or down as you slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Hands by low ribs, inhale baby cobra or maybe upward facing dog, shoulders above wrists, thighs and knees off the mat. And then exhale to return to downward facing dog. Arms and ears are in line here. Inhale to lift the left leg up from the inner thigh, hips level. As you exhale, step it up by the left hand, and if it doesn't make it, pick it up and put it there. Rise up into high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Bend your back knee, tilt your pelvis forward a little, pull the left hip back and straighten through the back leg as much as you can. Draw your front ribs down and lift up through the back body as you stretch up through arrow straight arms, palms facing each other. Exhale, circle the arms back down. And again, you can go right to down dog and stay or to plank pose again. Shifting forward, hug elbows in, slowly lowering to the floor or halfway down if you know chaturanga. And then make your way all the way to your belly with your palms facing in. Inhale for Shalabhasana. Lift everything up. Draw your belly in. Press your pubic bone down to lengthen your sitting bones toward the heels. Keep the back of your neck long. And then release to rest a moment. So these poses on the belly are really great for strengthening the back muscles, and keeping the back strong will help to keep it healthy and free from pain. Inhale again to lift, Shalabhasana. So shoulder heads roll up, belly's up, pubic bone down, inner thighs lift up as if you're holding a block between the legs. Toes point straight back. And then release to rest. Take a long breath here. A little more energy might be moving through the body. The heart might be beating a bit faster. Slide the hands by the low ribs, pressing up to plank, knees up or down, and then make your way into a child's pose and rest a moment. Head can rest on your hands or on the mat. Stretch out your back. Extend the arms forward now if they're not. Begin to spread your fingers wide. Even pressing down here into the base of the fingers to stretch your hips to heels. Then inhale, come on up onto the knees again. We're going to sit all the way up on the knees. Make sure your knees are no wider than hip socket distance. Inner thighs spin back and keep lengthening your butt to the backs of the knees. You're going to lean your thighs forward a little as you make a back bend here. Chest is lifted, and then squeeze the legs to come up. So with your hands at the tops of your hips, use your hands to press your hips toward the backs of the knees. Once again, roll the shoulders back, a little back bend here, can be just a tiny one. If you're back a little further, lift your chest up toward the ceiling, draw your ribs down. Come on up, and then return to child's pose. So it's important in any back bend to have the inner thighs spin in toward each other like you're holding a block. So if you have any discomfort in your lower back and back bends, try holding a block or a rolled up towel between the inner thighs. Make your way back up, and then just make your way onto your bottom to sit. Sitting nice and tall, and then bend your right knee. Bring your left hand behind your back. Inhale your right arm up, and then exhale, take it to the inside of your right leg. So as you inhale, lengthen tall again, and as you exhale, maybe twisting a little deeper. Make sure your left leg is active with left toes pointing up to the ceiling. Inhale, head to center, and exhale to release. Straightening right leg and bending left. Sit up nice and tall. You can always sit up on a blanket or a pillow to help lengthen. Left arm up, inhale, take it to the inside of the leg as you twist, looking over toward the right shoulder. Every inhale, create length. Exhale, maybe twisting a little more, and keep that right leg nice and active, the straight leg. Inhale the head to center. And now soles of the feet together and the knees apart. Your feet can be closer to your torso or further away. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. As you exhale, hinging from the hips to come forward. So once again, keeping the spine really long and trying to avoid rounding, especially in the upper back. So leading with the chest, leading with the belly. You can also just stay sitting upright. This can be a pretty intense stretch. Inhale, make your way up. Now slide your feet forward even a little bit more. And now we'll round down the forehead toward the feet. So this time, as you come forward, allow your spine to round as much as what's comfortable for you. If you can happen to rest your head on something, your hands propped up or a pillow, that feels good. And then we'll inhale to come up. Take your hands to the outsides of the knees, the feet onto the floor, and use your hands to lower yourself slowly onto your back. Lengthen your sitting bones toward the backs of your knees. Draw your shoulder blades away from your ears. Extend the legs. If you have any discomfort in your lower back, keep your knees bent. And now just do your best to close your eyes and completely sink in and relax. Our quote today comes from Nelson Mandela, who said, "No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite." So rest a moment. I'll be back shortly. Begin to take a couple deeper breaths as you make little movements in your fingers and your toes and then your hands and feet. Take a long stretch overhead, stretching arms and legs. And then bend your knees and carefully roll yourself off to your right side. Take a moment here to thank yourself for showing up and taking care of your body and your mind and your spirit. Slowly come up to seated. Hands together. Let's bring the hands to your forehead to remind you to have clear and loving thoughts. Your hands to the heart center to remind you to have clear and loving intentions. And your hands to the mouth to remind you to have clear and loving communication, sending positive energy out to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Very good work today. I'm glad you were here with me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and if you're still here at the very end of our video, the secret word is blessed. So if you heard blessed, then leave that word in the comments below, and I know that you are with me to the very end. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.